Today I am going to talk about why we have our different moon phases that goes around. So we first have our Earth and our Sun, of course, to go for our scale model. So I'm going to start with these magnets to symbol. So first moon phase that we have that we will add will be our new moon. So we have our new moon as a shadow. Only we see pretty much none of it in the night because since it's right there in front of the sun, it has the shadow. It's just casting a shadow off of it, and the light side would be here. So let's just mark this one NM for our new moon. Next, moving on to the next moon phase that we have I'm going counterclockwise just to do it. Next, we have our waxing crescent. So our waxing crescent would start with. This is how our new moon was, by the way. It's just completely filled it. Our waxing crescent, we have this little crescent part over here, and then we have it all shadow on the other part. So you see that part because now that it's starting to tilt going around the moon, the Earth, I mean, not the moon, it's showing a little bit of light going through from the sun's rays. Moving on from the first two, let's first mark this WXC for waxing crescent. Then let's add our next part here. So we have our first, we call it our first quarter, first quarter moon. So we have our first quarter moon, which is just like this. Our first quarter moon has one side dark, which is this side over here, and then the other side light coming in from here. So then we have it. The rays come in and have that part right here on this half that just keeps it to, you probably get the point. And then our shadow on this side again. So let's mark this one, FQ. Now moving on to the next part, we have our waxing gibbous. So just like how the waning crescent, it has the crescent part on this side, well, the waxing gibbous, just like the waxing crescent, has it on this side. The waxing gibbous has the crescent on this side, but it's shading in that little crescent, because now as we're slowly going more over away from the sun, we have more of it showing because of the more rays that are able to go to it. Which, let's mark this one, WXG. Now coming on to where most people know this one, we have our full moon. Now our full moon, you can see all of it like most people know, it's just like that. So let's mark it first, FM. And then we have a full moon that is just, that you can see every little part of the moon, because since it's on the whole other side of the sun, just like how this one's the closest, so it's shadow, because it's on the other side, the light is just going straight on to that side that we can see, showing every little bit of it when we see that. Now, moving on to the waning part, we have our waning gibbous. Now, our waning gibbous, just like our waxing crescent, it has the crescent on this side, but just like how the waxing gibbous was, we have the crescents filled in, and this whole part is the part that we see. So moving on there to when you would see it, you would have that side of the crescent just shadowed, and you would only see this little part in the sky. So let's mark this one, WNG, for waning gibbous. Then coming down on the opposite side of our first quarter, we have our third quarter, or we can call it our last quarter, which is how it is in diagrams sometimes. So with this one, just like how our first quarter, we had it like this, shading on this side, but for some weird reason on how, even though it's shining this way, we have the shadow here. on this side. So it's reversed of the first quarter for a third quarter. Which we can now mark this one. T, Q. Then our very last one, which is, you could probably guess, our waning crescent. So our waning crescent is just like how everything else starts, and then just like how the waxing gibbous is, we have it on this side, but the part that's shadowed in is just like the waxing gibbous, the big part here, and the crescent is not shadowed in to how we have it. So our ray, just like every other part, would cast that shadow over it. So when in the night sky, when you would look, you have just that little crescent part that you would see, and the rest of it, if you look close enough, you can actually see the other part, but it's pretty dark. And that one, we can do WNC. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Got it?